Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. And we're here for round 4 of the MaX5 series, our Friday evening entertainment for the last 3 weeks. This one being round 4 makes it week 4. I can do math. So, yes, it's using the little Mazda Roadster touring car. I think they ramp up the horsepower, take down the weight, and we're going to have ourselves, if you're not savvy to the MaX5 League, you know, it's only season 7, round 4, but if you're not, then they qualify for 12 minutes at 8 o'clock, which is around about 8 minutes time, and then they move on to a sprint race, a 15-minute race, where they really only have the choice of medium tyres. There is wets available, but it's not wet here. It looks dry as a bone. So medium tyres for 15 minutes on the sprint race, and then at 8:30 they have the feature race for 30 minutes, and they must use a set of hard tyres in that. At least one mandatory compound must be used, which I believe is hards in the feature race. The table then. Well, the brief, we're at Spa, I've told you that. It's a track in Belgium. There was no miles or anything. Sometimes they tell you what the miles are, how long the track is and stuff, and how many corners, but there wasn't. So I went down an avenue that I had to quickly reverse out of. I've got the table up now, but I'll have a quick look because there's some people saying hello in the stream chat, and we don't want to ignore our peeps. So Bandit in the chat is saying good evening. Skyjacker also saying good evening, beautiful. Hope you're good. I am fine and dandy, thank you. And Ensign Hewitt saying good evening, everybody. And it just popped up on my phone, which is what I watched the stream from, to see the chat. Oh, and Pat saying hiya. Homesick Alien is now streaming. Homesick Alien, and it's probably more entertaining than this. But, you know, if you do stick with us, it's just an option out there if you want to see it from Homesick Alien's point of view. Now let's have a look at the runners and the riders. Well, no, we'll do the table. I think I've done the rules. Rules are all done. So there's the Binks. Eyes are getting better. I have to put glasses on for the table now. Can you believe it? So at the top of that table, after 3 rounds and 6 races, 3 feature races and 3 sprint races, we have Sharon at the top on 97 points. Skyjacker in second on 84 points, but Homesick Alien haunting him in 3rd place on 82 points. Then in 4th we have Binko, but he's dropped a round already, and they'll be dropping, I think it's only 1 round they drop. So Binko's dropped his round because he was showing off his ferrets last week, and it was Willow Springs, so it could have been either one of them. But Binko's 4th, on 61 points. So Homesick was 3rd on 82, Skyjacker 2nd on 84, Sharon top on 97, Binko's 4th on 61 points, Talaran 5th on 58 points, but he's dropped around already. Koikarp 6th on 55 points. Then we have a Jokus in 7th on 55 points. Bandit is 8th on 52 points. Alphanut 9th on 44 points. Pat 10th on 37 points. Ensign Hewitt 11th on 34 points. Gusty is 12th on 28 points. Anton Poika 13th on 27 points. And Shadow Rider 14th on 16 points. They're the tables. I do believe Alphanut isn't going to be able to make it this evening. That's the one I've heard. I don't know if there is any more out there in the chat. Skyjacker says Spa is 4.352 miles and 20 corners. Pat says 4.35 miles, 7.004 kilometres. And Bunting is saying a guesty with a little trophy. So Binks is out there. Homesick Alien in the Monster Loco Mango. Juiced for your pleasure. Is in his Mazda Guesty. That's crazy. That's a crazy livery. Good job. Oh yeah, I remember that. The Fox. The Wild Fox Guesty out there in the hunt. Jokas in the Castrol Mazda. See, the problem with these little short 6-week championships, I only just start getting used to the liveries. Can't miss Talleyrand. He's in the orange and black of the VRC. Sharen in his Atari. Liveried a monster. Anton Poika joining the room. Wow. Koikart is out there in his Cadbury's cream egg. How do you eat yours, eh? Ensign Hewitt is with us in the Tamiya. I only know them for building remote control cars, and I've already stated, how are they not in the lead of electric cars? All they had to do is upscale what they already had. So God knows what happened there. But Tamiya, they should have been the leaders in electric cars. They've been building them since the 70s, but just on a smaller scale. Ensign Hewitt then, he's with us. Who have I missed? Anyone? And Skyjacker. Nine. Skyjacker out there. He's watching a bit of YouTube. I think he's watching Homesick Alien's feed to see how Homesick Alien is getting some of those lines. Some crazy lines. Guess he's paused at the moment. And guess he's just starting his lap. Homesick Alien. Trying to find a bit of traction out there. On board with the Alien. I think that is as close to on board. Oh no, you do get an on-board board. An on-board board for here. Oh, Pat's written a sentence. I better take note. So Pat's saying technically this track is 4 meters too long to be on the F1 calendar, as the limit per the regulation is 7 kilometers. But like Monaco, it is allowed to stay because it is historically special. And Skyjack's saying, no, listen to your wonderful voice. Ah, bless you. I thought you did all the group stuff now. Look at that bunch of R's. If he did a Y, I missed it. Bum chicka, oh, yeah. Get your R on, baby. Get it on now, get it on downtown. Get your R on, baby. Get it on, Anton Poika, you delicious creature. Koikart, you can get in the bin. Get in the bin, and then get that bin in sea. And float off to France, because you ruined it. You ruined a beautiful thing. Oh, no, Skyjacker, see, I did miss it, and he's come back. Revenge of the Y from a Skyjacker. Unbelievable stuff. This is becoming ridiculous now. It's like a feature at the beginning of every race, and it shouldn't be. It should be quite plain and simple. We choose R. It's the best indication to say you're ready. A Y could be miscued as, why should I start? Why are we starting? Why I need a toilet break? Or it could be that people think it's an emoji of a groin, saying that you need to go to the loo, unless you use a little Y. But if you use the big Y, then people will think that you're trying to indicate that you need to go to the loo. R for Roger, see? Talleyrand knows. Roger. I've been listening to loads of Star Wars podcasts. I'm so sad. I'm getting all sucked back into it all again. I don't know why. I'm listening afterwards as well, so they've just sort of talking about Force Awakens, and in about 20 podcasts they're going to be talking about The Last Jedi, or whatever that middle one was called, the atrocious one. Y for yes. Good on you, Guesty. Happy with that R. I'll take that one all day long. It's only a couple of you. You're in the minority, Skyjacker. You may have noticed. Look around. See where the popular vote leads. And here we go then. 12 minutes of qualifying in the saucy little Mazdas. Then Skyjack said it has gone a bit now, hasn't it? Bandit says 2 night shifts before a month holiday. Oh, he's having a good old month. And Pat with his K. Look at them all streaming out. It's a very long track. They're going to want to space themselves a little bit. I'm just thinking, how long can I tolerate those big letter numbers? Because I usually get rid of them straight away. And I thought maybe you want them. Maybe you out there might want to see at a quick glance who is whom. And I can deal with it for an outlap. It's awful. It really is. Look, Binko's name gets in the way of Talleyrand's glorious livery. It's no, sorry. We lasted that long. 54 seconds. They were awful. I don't know. I can't leave them on. And people might prefer it, but it's just... So Skyjacker, he's the man who got out first in his lovely black monster Mazda. It's got a right big splat right on tailgate there. You can see it from here. It's atrocious. Someone should give it a wipe down. It's a mess. So Skyjacker out there. Kids today, I tell thee. And they think that mess is like cool. Bloody heck. In my day, used to have to lick road for tuppence an hour. So Skyjacker's out there. He is giving it large. He wants to make an impact in this one, isn't he? He's slipped down a little. Where is he? He's second. Yeah, so he's really slipped down. But second in the table. But he's got 2 points behind him with Homesick Alien. So Skyjacker, no messing today at Spa. He's had a couple of awful outings. He'd even say that himself at Willow Springs, as we visited that track, I think 3 times in a week. So, and this is like our second visit to Spa, I think, in about a week. I'm not sure. They have got clumped together. But Skyjacker, so he'll be wanting to come back with a bang, without any dusty crap around the outside of the track. Guesty is next on track. He's given himself a fair bit of space from him and Mr. Skyjacker. Binko sitting quite comfortably behind Guesty. A lot of trust in the car in front, that they're not going to make a mistake when you sit quite close. Although these cars are a lot slower than the cars we're used to seeing going around here. That's probably a chasm in a Mazda. I mean, it's about 3 Mazda car lengths, isn't it? So it's got to be enough. Talleyrand is 4th on track. It's going to take them ages, man. We're going to be here for a while before we even see a lap time. So we're just going to pad and talk. And they've got to run their fuel down. Look at that. I know what Shiren was doing there, screaming down the straight in 4th gear. Someone's burning fuel, eh, Shiren? Shiren, the Russian sensation. Burning off that fuel on the early laps. Get that car light for that final run. Homesick Alien, 3rd in the championship, only 2 points behind a Skyjacker. Everything to play for today. He had a win. I think he had a win. No, did he have a win? He's had like an up and down. He's had like awful qualifyings in recent at Willow Springs, but he seems to come through strong in the race. But yeah, he seems not to be up there with the qualifying these last couple of races we've seen. But come the race, he's been there on the podium. I don't think he's won one. He might have done. He might have won the Group 2s on Tuesday night. I don't think he did though. No, because I think Thread Dude got both. He's been doing all right anyway. Jeez, I'm not a computer. I'm not going to remember all of their positions. I've got an iPad for that, but I'm too lazy to press all the buttons to find out. It's all there. Skyjacker's always telling me it's all there. It's all on, just at your fingertips. It's right in front of you. But I'm just too lazy. I always find that when I go and mess around with the iPad to look at something, then I miss something on the track. So I'd rather just stare at this and wonder how well people have done it when they've done it. So Anton Poika doing very well in the Honda on a Tuesday evening in the Super GT. Super. Oh, Skyjacker then putting in a benchmark there for the rest to fill. And it's a 2:30. And I guess he's crossed the line. So's Talleyrand. They're all coming through now. And Shiren doing a quiet. Say he was screaming down the straight. He's not done a bad time, has he? Might be onto something. So Skyjacker, pole sitter so far. Shiren, second fastest on track. Then we have Talleyrand sitting in 3rd. Then Homesick Alien, provisional 4th. Ahead of Binko in 5th. Guesty, 6th. Koikap doing a fine job in 7th, beating Anton Poika, whom is in 8th. 9th so far for Jokas. And Ensign Hewitt just crossing the line and grabbing himself 7th, just ahead of Koi. I wonder if we're going to get one of those great Koi Carp Ensign Ewart showdowns. The fish versus the Enterprise, the space fish. So Skyjacker, I said he'd be looking for a good performance here. He would have been meditating a good hour before the race, finding his zen, finding his center, getting himself ready to unleash the beast on the track. And so far the job has done well. Shiren 2/10 shy of Skyjacker's time. Championship leader, remember. He's got a good few points ahead of Skyjacker. So Shiren looking to just carry on that good form. Has he even won a race? I think he has. He's won two. No, he's only won one. But he's had a shed load of podiums. In fact, the feature race at Willow Springs, the only time he hasn't been on the podium. And we see Talleyrand having a small off there. He will not be going faster on this lap. But Shiren possibly will be. I haven't looked at any of his sectors. He's got Homesick Alien just in the distance from him. And Shiren coming up to the final part of the lap. Is it a good one, we ask? 2:30.251 is what he has done personally. Skyjack has just slapped in a 2:29.607. So Shiren and Guesty as well, and Binko going faster. And Shiren, he gets that second spot back again, and goes ahead of Binko, who did go second fastest, but now is third fastest. Now we have Guesty up into fourth. Anton Poika managing to go fifth fastest. Homesick Alien going faster on that lap, but only good enough for sixth place. Seventh for Talleyrand, but that's just still off his first run. We saw he made a small mistake on his second. Ensign Ewart, eighth. Homesick Alien won on Thursday. He won in those Toyotas, I believe. There you go. I knew he had won one. So Talleyrand, Ensign Ewart's ghosted. Coming up to the end of the lap. He's not on a run for this one then. He's saving it for the next go around. So let's have a look at Koi. He's only less than 2/10 behind Ensign Ewart as he heads up to Le Con. Fights his Mazda masterfully through that section of corners. This is a tricky one coming down the hill. Gravity of the car is all on the nose, makes it hard to steer in, and it just keeps wanting you to turn right. As you're fighting the front end, it wants to slide out in front of you. Then again downhill, asking it to go the opposite direction. It's all very complicated, but Koi Carp does it very well. And he must be coming up to a sector line soon. And he's deceivingly fast corners, but you have to kill the speed for the second one. No, you don't. You throttle through it, up into fifth. There you go. Some cars you have to kill the speed in the second one. Just haven't seen a sector. We must have gone through one. So Koi, he's looking for a couple of tenths. He's 1.5 seconds off of Skyjacker's time. He's 6/10 down on his own time, but it's a very long track. He could pull it back somewhat. Skyjacker though, he's coming up across the line. And he has gone faster again for Skyjacker. Guesty next across the line. He goes fastest of them all. Binko doesn't have anything. Shiren doesn't have anything for that run either. Homesick Alien goes faster into 6th place ahead of Talleyrand. Anton Poika goes faster up to 4th. Slowly crawling up the pack. But Guesty's the man who put it on pole. And Skyjacker has to find a little bit more, just under 1/10.5. Shiren's 3rd fastest, Anton Poika 4th fastest, Binko is 5th on the grid, Homesick Alien 6th, Talleyrand will be starting 7th at the moment. We've only got a minute on the clock, so this is pretty much their final runs, this next lap, and the lap that they're on, these guys. Ensign Hewitt is 8th fastest, with Kuykart 9th on the grid. Jokas is 10th. And it's all to fight for up and down the field. It really is. Still plenty of time on the track for these guys to make a difference. These two are on their final run now. So is Shiren. They're all laser focused into this final run. It's all or nothing. The fuel's down to half a tank, and they've got to get a nip on if they want to try and take that pole position. Skyjacker will be the first to cross the line. As he makes his way around here. Just about to cut the sector to see how he's doing, if he's on a run or not. He is, he's on a run, ladies and gents. Guesty, he's showing purple, he's crossing that line out, he's on a run as well. Oh, it's so exciting, we missed Binko's. Anton Poika's also showing purple. This could be anyone's. He's up as well, it's anyone's. So Skyjacker pushing on all the way to the end, but everyone behind him is on purples. It's going to be a slapdash to the line to see who's going to get that pole position, because there's about 4 or 5 contenders for it. Skyjacker, though, the first to cross the line. And he takes back... No, he does not take back pole. So Guesty's gone wide in the final corner. Guesty does not get anything. Binko does. Binko gets pole in the last minute. Shiren has crossed the line. He doesn't go any faster. Anton Poika is on his way. Homesick Alien's gone faster. He's gone up to 5th. Anton Poika goes up to 4th ahead of Shiren. Talleyrand on some super run. We've got a couple more closing up to the line. Kuykart doesn't go any faster, nor does Jokas. Ensign Hewitt next with Talleyrand. Where is Talleyrand? Oh my god, sorry guys, I'm bouncing around all over the place. So Ensign, oh no, Anton Poika's left the room. His internet can be a bit shady sometimes. I didn't really get to see where he was. I think he was 4th. But Ensign Hewitt, is he on a run? This final run, he's got 4 tenths from Talleyrand, but Talleyrand's still on a run behind him. And Ensign Hewitt comes to the line. Snatches himself 7th spot. He stays in the same place. Talleyrand then coming around. What can Talleyrand do? He's 6th at the moment. I don't think he's going to go any faster. He does not. So Binko's pole. Guesty is 2nd. Skyjacker 3rd. Anton Poika was 4th. Shiren, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm not sure if they'll just exit and try and sort out the Anton Poika thing, or if they're just going to race. Mama Homesick in the chat saying, evening thingy, you okay? I am good, thank you. So, yeah, I'm thinking Anton Poika was 4th ahead of Shiren. So at the moment we've got Binko, Guesty, Skyjacker, Shiren, Homesick Alien, Talleyrand, Ensign Hewitt, Kuykart and Jokas. The red lights are red. There's anticipation here. And it's green for go. Binko on pole position. Oh, Skyjacker's going very slow. Maybe he thought it was an exit situation, or he was just caught unawares. But Binko takes the lead ahead of Guesty, with Homesick Alien in 3rd. Shiren up into 4th. Talleyrand 5th. You can't see now because the camera's too far away. So Binko then, oh, Guesty's coming up against Binko as they head up to Eau Rouge. And Binko, he's got it in the bag there into 1st place. Guesty then giving him some big might. Whoa, Binko having to get out of the way of Guesty, getting out of the way of Binko, giving Homesick Alien a run on Guesty. Now Guesty has a choice of 2 toes, I guess. But if he gives Binko a little tap, then they'll pull away from the Alien, and the Alien's stuck there on the inside, nowhere to go. And now he's on the outside, and he's going to get the move done on Guesty. Unbelievable stuff from the Alien there, and Homesick Alien up into 2nd. So Binko is leading, Homesick Alien in 2nd. Guesty having a look at the Alien there. He's in 3rd at the moment. Shiren is in 4th. Kuykart moving up into 5th ahead of Talleyrand, and Talleyrand having something with Jokas there. Talleyrand dropping right down, I think, into 7th. And Skyjacker is coming through. It's all odd round here. We saw Skyjacker having a bit of a slow start. We think he may have thought that it was going to be delayed. Jokers then in 9th, Skyjacker 8th, Talleyrand slipped down to 7th with Ensign Newer in 6th. We've got Koikarp now in 5th, chasing down Shiren, who's right on the tail of Guesty, Homesick Alien and Binko. Cracking battle here between these 4, and if they all hold each other up, Koikarp will be on them as well. Ensign Newer only 1.7 seconds, and we've got a battle here between Jokers, Talleyrand and Skyjacker, my word. And Jokers on it in 7th place, Talleyrand having to fight his way through, and Skyjacker 2nd in the championship. This is not the start he needed or wanted. And Binko out there battling his way, trying to go, and here we got Guesty going for an outside move in the chicane on Homesick Alien, and it looks like he might have gained the position of the inside. Homesick Alien, I don't know if it was contact or a wiggle. It looks like Guesty is letting him back through. I don't know. They're side by side. I don't know. I don't know if there was contact. I don't know if that's racing or just politeness. Homesick Alien back into 2nd, and Shiren's there. Oh, Guesty's gone very wide, giving Shiren the opportunity to get himself up into 3rd place, and the battling is hard and furious down here with Guesty, Koikarp not closing up like he needs to be. Ensign Newer is closing up to Koikarp. Talleyrand, Skyjacker, Jokers have slipped back to the back of that pack, and now we have a clash of the titans down there for 7th and 8th between Skyjacker and Talleyrand. Binko meanwhile leads, whilst these 3 all battle out the podium positions. Shiren coming up to 2nd place from 4th to 2nd. Shiren is absolutely owning it at the moment. 3 wide through Le Carmen. Homesick Alien's lost the back end. That's not what he needs. Shiren's up to 2nd, Guesty's 3rd, and Koikarp's up to 4th. Homesick Alien struggling to get back on the track. He's back on the track behind Ensign Newer, and Homesick Alien now has a battle on his hand because he's got Talleyrand and Skyjacker closing in there side by side. Unbelievable racing here, Jeff. It's crazy. I want a drink. I'm really thirsty. Mike is saying nice stream as always, guys. Thank you, my friend. I never know if it's people who race in our thing or not. You should say what you use if your PSN name if you race with us, and then I'll know who you are. Sorry, Mike. Got an idea, but I don't want to, just in case say no, that's not me. So Binks 1.5 seconds in the lead. Shiren, the Russian sensation, is sticking it to the man. He's leading the championship. He's up into 2nd. Guesty chasing him down in the Foxy fantastic Mazda. And Koikarp, lovely 4th place for the Cream Egg, and he is holding his own with Ensign Newer. Is closing in though. Ensign Newer was 1.5 seconds behind Koikarp, and he is definitely catching that man. And Ensign Newer, well, he's got to get a shifty on, because he's got an absolute train of aliens coming his way with Homesick, Talleyrand and Skyjacker. Joker's just losing the pack a little bit there, but these 3 are coming through. Choo choo. It's the admin train. So Ensign Newer, if he can get ahead of Coy, then we can really have an admin train with Coy, Homesick, Talleyrand and Skyjacker all in a row. But Ensign Newer at the moment, he's looking to take the attack to Koikarp and try and stay away from the Alien, Talleyrand and Skyjacker. Meanwhile, Binko 1.3 seconds from Shiren. Shiren does hold the fastest lap so far in this race. Guesty just behind them. I'm gonna have a drink. There you go. Poor old Anton Poiker. I don't know what happened to him. It's usually his internet. There's nothing in the MaX5 chat. But Guesty clinging on to the back of Shiren. Ensign Newer has got ahead of Coy. So Ensign Newer up into 4th place. Koikarp now does complete the admin train. Homesick Alien going for the outside line around Koikarp, and he gets it. And he gets it, and Talleyrand's trying to follow him through. Koikarp's trying to stay on the apex, and he stays ahead of Talleyrand. It's only Homesick that managed to slip through. Talleyrand having a look down the inside of a very slidey back-ended koi carp. Excuse me. And these three fighting it on with Skyjacker in 8th, Talleyrand in 7th, and Koi Carp there in 6th. Talleyrand slipping one under the inside of Koi Carp, but Koi Carp's lined up the next corner for the inside, but no, Talleyrand's already through, and now Skyjacker is saying hello to Koi, and he's through as well. Oh, Koi Carp, that is devastating for Koi Carp, from 4th down to 8th. Binko, 1.2 seconds, he cannot shake off the Shiren, and Guesty is right there as well. It's 2.5 seconds, not even, covers the top 3. Ensign Newer having to fight off the Alien. The Alien was in that top battle with those 3 guys, but he had a little slip, and now he's fighting his way through the pack. He's got past Koi Carp, and now he's trying to get himself through and up ahead of Ensign Ewart. Ensign Ewart driving defensively here to try and keep the Alien at bay, and Homesick cannot hang around. Skyjacker somehow getting past Talleyrand in all of that battling down here, and Talleyrand trying to come back at Skyjacker through, or no, Lesueur, sorry, not Lesueur. Yeah, Lesueur, first corner. And Talleyrand, beautiful move up the inside, made it look effortless, absolute effortless. So Talleyrand, Skyjacker and Koi Carp all in a little battle there, and Jokus, he's 3 seconds adrift of them, but it wouldn't take much to get up to their tail end. Again, Shiren only a second behind Binko. He's been slowly trying to pull that man in. Binko at 29.9 his last time around. Shiren at 29.7, and Shiren is absolutely hot off the press. He is nailing it. He is owning it here at Spa. Leading the championship, second in the race. Guesty, though, also on form at the moment. Homesick Alien getting up and past Ensign Ewart now. And Homesick Alien 5 seconds to find in 6 minutes. And it's going to be a tough one, but he'll have the fire in his belly. He'll be up for it, I'm sure. Ensign Ewart in 5th place now, chasing through the Alien. He wants to get in the Alien's toe, try and get as much distance as he can from this man Skyjacker, because he's in a battle with Talleyrand, so he won't be able to go full beans, as he'll be defending as well, and that's Ensign's best hope, to keep Skyjacker at bay. Meanwhile, Binko, it's 3/10 every time I come back. Shiren gets closer and closer. It's like one of those one of those weeping angels. If you don't look at it, it moves. So Shiren hot on the tail of the Binks. It's the battle of the green cars out here for round 4, Series 7, Season 7 of the MaX5. And Shiren at the moment really closing up to Binko. Only 5 minutes left on the clock. It could be an eternity. It could be a blink of an eye for these guys. And Shiren just trying to keep his nose up the inside of Binks. Binks give him just enough room. It was beautiful, really, very gentlemanly. Now they're heading down to Lesueur, and Binks is going to have that inside line. Shiren's going to have to do it the hard way around the outside, and he doesn't even attempt it, but he tried to do the old switcheroo on the Binks, going out wide, coming in, trying to get that inside line, and Binko now heading up the straight towards Eau Rouge, and he's got Shiren firmly planted on his bumper. There is barely any air between the two of them. If they had parking sensors, they'd be beeping like mad. And Shiren, I thought he had to go off the track a little bit. And now going up the straight, Binko's pulled right over to the right hand side to try and keep that inside line. Shiren again having to go the hard way. He's going in deep. Is he going to stop the car? He does, but he loses time on Binks there, and he was a brave soul for trying it, but now he's left himself wide open for Guesty, and now Guesty all over the back of Shiren, and this is an absolute humdinger of a battle here for the top 3. Homesick Alien in 4th ahead of Ensign Ewart. Talleyrand is back ahead of Skyjacker nearly losing the car. Koi Carp going by him as he drops it. Like it's hot. And poor Skyjacker, he was on it. Joker's up to 8th though, so I said for Joker's not to lose hope, and he has not. Binks then got a second on Shiren again, and Shiren has to rebuild and re-attack. And it looks like he's just got enough on Guesty. He survived that one. And Guesty half a second off of Shiren, but he's still there, looming large in Shiren's mirrors. Shiren knows he cannot make a mistake. The championship is getting too close to the end now, with only 2 more rounds after this one. His lead, he doesn't want to make it any more fragile than it needs to be at the moment. Skyjacker running around in 9th is great for Shiren. That's his closest competitor. And Homesick Alien in 4th will also be enjoying Skyjacker not having a good race. Guesty though, he's going for the move on Shiren. He fancies it. Shiren's miles off the track. Ooh, guess he might be in his rights to ask the stewards to check that one out. Binks though, 1.2 second lead. He's happy. He's happy. Oh, Guesty, maybe Shiren let him through because he went off. Oh, Shiren, that's very gentlemanly, if that's what happened. Or Guesty made an absolute blinding move on Shiren. And Bandit has taken away his message that he told us, because I don't know why. Because I took too long to read it out. It says, fine, I'll take it back. Oh, Shiren's back ahead of Guesty. So these two are very gentlemanly racing. It's beautiful. I like a nice gentleman race. So Shiren, after you. No, Guesty, after you. No, Shiren, after you. No, please, after you. I enjoy chasing you more than I enjoy being in front of you. But I like chasing you. But that's tough. Binko, meanwhile, 2.2 seconds, all of that gentlemanliness between Shiren and Guesty has cost him a second on Binks, and that brings Binks closer to a win here at Spa. Homesick Alien, he never gained any of that 5 seconds that he was adrift of the front three. Ensign Ewer, though, staying with the Alien, and Talaran 6th. He's ahead of Koikap. Joker's in 8th, trying to stay ahead of Skyjacker. We've only got a minute left of racing here as Binks slings it around one last time for the sprint race. And Shiren and Guesty, they're going to race it all the way to the end. I think they're the only guys really in a race at the moment. I'm sure there is other people, sorry. Is it Ensign Ewer under threat from Talaran maybe? No. Thought there was some arrows close together. No, I think this is the closest battle we've got on the track. Second versus third. Guesty v Shiren. The Englishman versus the Russian. And at the moment, the Russian sensation showing why we call him the Russian sensation. Team 13 member, I think. I don't know. But that's the last team, the last sim racing team that I knew that he was part of was Team 13. And Guesty going for an outside try, a last ditch effort. Binko takes the win, super stuff. Shiren maintains that second place after Binko take a boo, my son, gets third. Homesick Alien comes home in 4th. He'll be disappointed, I imagine. Ensign Ewer in 5th. Talaran comes home in 6th. Koikart comes home in 7th. Jokers, they're still quite close, all of them, weren't they? Takes that 8th spot ahead of Skyjacker, where that one, he will not be happy with his second gear. Screaming his balls off. But it's the Binks that takes the glory. There he is, the relentless warrior, shaking his fist. No trophy. Is that his first win this season? No, he's already had one. He won the very first outing at Nürburgring. So, come back again. He likes that part of the country, obviously. And the Binks bringing it back with a bang. So I'll take you to the race results, and there you see Binko, the man on top, And Shiren and Guesty, absolute classic racing from them two. Thank you very much. Very interesting. Homesick Alien in there with the shout. Slipped off. Had a great comeback, though, up to fourth. He got past Koikap and Ensign Hewitt to reclaim the best that he possibly could in that race. He was never getting close to those guys again in front of him. Ensign Hewitt in fifth. Good, strong race from Ensign Hewitt. Talleyrand in sixth. Koikap, what a shame for Koikap. It's just unfortunate that he lost all four of those positions in one go, because he was having a cracking race in fourth just before that, and they just all come across him, didn't they? One small, putting his car in the wrong place, and that was it. They were all through. So tight stuff, tight field. But Koikap coming back to seventh, ahead of Jokers in eighth, and Skyjacker looking strong at the beginning of the race, but I don't know. That man's he's on the edge. He's got to reel it back a bit. He's got to take it back. He likes curbs. That's the problem. He likes to get his car all over those curbs, and it doesn't help. So Shiren got your fastest lap on lap 3 with a 229.785. That was absolutely cracking. Read then. The settings do look like they've been changed, and I think it says 12:41 for the actual race. Beautiful stuff. Look at that. It's a nice break, that. And we'll go and have a look at Ensign. He's out on track. We'll do the pretty shots, and I'll see you. Oh no, quick with the stream chat, and then I'll be back. Skyjack saying what a mare, and Koi saying the medium tyres feel different between quali and race. Just couldn't keep it planted. Yeah, I know. I remember him saying that last week as well. It's strange. Maybe it's, I don't know. It's hard to explain this game. I'll be back. Hi gang, look at them, they're readying up. I was just made it back. So we're getting ourselves ready for the feature race here, round 4 of the MaX5 Season 7 Championship. And it's been a humdinger, it has to be said. We've just had a glorious 15-minute battle. And now we'll be moving into a 30-minute race on the racing hard tyres. That is the mandatory tyre. And I don't know if they can make them last the whole race, possibly. I didn't really take an eye on the fuel either. I didn't take the fuel in the last one, so we'll see. But I think mostly they're all out there practicing on the hard tyre. Maybe, oh, there was a medium there on Talleyrand's. Ah, Bisto. I like that one. Nice one, Enzo. So, Talleyrand has started the final. It looks like Talleyrand is going for those medium tyres. I can tell you, I've forgotten the starting procedure. I think it's a rolling start, reverse of the grid, reverse of those race results. But that is a guess. I purely am guessing. There is some chat. I wonder if I can quickly get through it. Skyjack saying, what a mare. Coy saying the medium tyres feel different. I said I read that one. Oh, and Skyjacker had a false start. Yeah, we saw that. Fight with the boss was a blast. They made one mistake into chicane, which killed me completely. Yeah, man. Well, this one, you're starting at the front. And there is every opportunity. I say every opportunity. There's some very fast people out there today. With Sharon, Binko, Homesick, Guesty, Talleyrand. They're all on it. Koi Cup was there in the fight at the beginning as well. So here we go then for the 30-minute race here at Spa, with Skyjacker leading them away. Get Joker's there. It's Talleyrand we're going to have to keep an eye on. He started on the medium tyre, so already stating he's going to make a pit stop, and he's going to have to get a shifty on, and we'll see if the hard tyre is a real burden around here, and maybe that medium tyre is a good start. There's a yellow flag though already. Where's that for? No one. Everyone's where they should know. Guesty slipped down a couple of positions. No, Koi. It's Koi Carp, sorry. Koi Carp seems to have slipped down a couple of positions there. And getting used to those hard tyres. And Sharon all up in the business of Koi, sliding it through Radion. And Sharon really is pushing on. But he's got to, because he's got Binks right there. Right in the stream. And Koi, there's a lot of pressure behind him. Per pound, and Sharon not even messing about. He's in. He's made contact though. Surely that will not stand. And Sharon has pulled over and let Koi through again. My word. Skyjacker though, he's got pressure from Jokus. Jokus started on the mediums as well. Clever boys. So Jokus starting on those medium tyre. And he's giving Skyjacker a lot to think about early doors. Talleyrand up to third already, as Ensenua finds himself again in the targets of Homesick Alien. Ensenua says, geez, why always this guy? Why does it always have to be this guy? But behind him you've got Guesty, so the Binks, he's got past Koi and Sharon after Sharon. I think got a little bit late on the brakes there, a bit of a mistake from the championship leader. And he's gifted Binko a position, really. Skyjacker still having to fend off Jokus on board with the Polish Wonder as he goes for the move up the inside of Skyjacker, and he is up and into the lead of this race. And there we go, Skyjacker right on his tail, hoping to get a move done into the chicane, but Jokus covers him off on the inside, gets on those brakes nice and early, and Joker's up and through into first. And now he has to rabbit. He's got a squirrel. I mean, not a squirrel. He's got to rabbit quick. He's got a jet. He's got to bounce. He's got to go, because he's going to be putting on the hard tyre later in this race. And if there are pit stops, then Skyjacker will be on the mediums, as will Homesick Alien. It's a brave move to start on the softer tyre of the two compounds. And at the moment, Talleyrand up into third. Oh my gosh, Homesick Guesty, Aiden Senua's dropped back drops back 2 positions there from Ensenua, and now he's got the Binks giving him a very close look through Bruges. And Binks ready to pounce on Ensign down this short straight, heading up to Lecombs. And it looks like there's some battling ahead. Joker still leads. And there we go, the Binks getting himself up and ahead of Ensenua. As Koikarp, he's still there in the shout. And Shiren, I mean, to rebuild, but a 30-minute race, it's a long race. Anything can happen, with Joker's now 1.8 seconds ahead of Skyjacker, and Skyjacker back in the battle with the boss. The orange and black of the VRC Motorsport, giving it large up against Skyjacker. Awesome racing here. And Homesick Alien 3 seconds adrift of this battle. So Homesick Alien costing him time getting through the pack. And Talleyrand on those medium tyres will want to get that move done early. He doesn't want Jokers to pull away too far. And Jokers 1.5 seconds ahead of Skyjacker as he tries to deal with Talleyrand. Talleyrand's going for the late break. And he's... Skyjacker giving him just enough room there. And they're side by side coming down the hill. And Talleyrand, you would expect to be able to get the grip on the inside there and get through. And I think Skyjacker knows that it's a wasted battle. He doesn't want to lose time to the Alien. He's thinking clever. He's thinking smart of these guys behind him, Homesick and Guesty and Binks, all on the same tyre as Skyjacker. And if he gets into a little tete-a-tete with Talleyrand, then it's going to cost him time. Now he wants to sit behind Skyjacker and not get slowed down. But through the chicane, you can see the medium tyres really does propel them out of the chicane. And now Talleyrand nearly 8/10 faster than Skyjacker. Skyjacker, though, only 7/10 ahead of Homesick Alien, who's only a second ahead of Guesty, with Binko 2 seconds adrift of them. Then we've got Ensenua, and opposite from the first race, we've got Koikarp closing in on Ensenua. Ensenua not taking to the hard tyre at all, and Shiren there not making much progress. He's been in the battles though. And I think he's had to concede places, and now he's just biding his time. Like I said, it's a long race, but he's 12 seconds off the lead already. But that's on a set of mediums. It's Jokers. He's 2.8 seconds ahead of Talleyrand, who's already a second, and now Skyjacker under threat from Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien pulling no punch there as he late brakes, though. Skyjacker back through and says thank you very much, Homesick Alien. Brake late much? And Homesick Alien saying, I'm toying with you, man. I'm toying with you. And Guesty, he's getting the ringside seat of all of this beauty. But Binko is looming large there. He's around somewhere. No, he's not. He's all right. He's 2.4 seconds back. So Guesty 6/10 behind the Alien. The Alien all up in Skyjacker's business. And Skyjacker in third, fighting with the Alien. Guesty's going to join that battle as well, and it won't be too long before Binko's upon him. Ensenua, he's only a second. Oh, Shiren's got himself ahead of Koi. So Shiren has got the move done. And oh, what's this? Guesty, Jokers has had enough. Oh my gosh, Jokers has thrown it all away. What a shame. There he is, living it large out there. He's already had a small off, it seems, because he's lost a chunk of time to Talleyrand, and then just goes a little wonky down there. That's that corner I told you about downhill that can really throw you off. And yeah, oh, poor Jokers. That is not what he needed or wanted in this race. So how's that developed these things? Talleyrand is now leading by 2.26. Guesty's got up ahead of Skyjacker. Oh no, Skyjacker having a moment as well. What happened? So Skyjacker coming, he's ahead of Homesick Alien in second place, fighting hard, and Homesick Alien goes for that inside line. Oh, he just sort of turned into the Alien a little bit there. Homesick carrying on. I feel he thinks that was all Skyjacker possibly. My gosh, what a race. Skyjacker goes in. Talleyrand, is it too early for a pit stop though? He's coming off those hards. He's going on to the mediums, I'm sure. Talleyrand out there, he's nearly on half a tank of fuel already. And we're not even 10 minutes into this race, but Talleyrand has been booting it. So he'll probably be very liberal with the accelerator. Guesty, meanwhile, up to second. I bet he loves it. Binko in third now. Ensign Ewart, I think Homesick Alien has slowed down for Skyjacker, but Skyjacker pitted. So Homesick Alien cannot redress if he even wanted to. I'm not sure. It was only a quick look, but yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? That's a tough one. I'm sure it's one for stewards if either one of them put it in to pick the bones out of. But Talleyrand at the moment leading the way. Guesty, he's 3 seconds ahead of the Binks, who gained the most out of that little incident, up into a podium position. Jokus is fourth. It started with Jokus, and then we had a chasm of events, and now Jokus fighting with his, oh no, he's gone wide again. He had Ensign Ewart right on his tail, and Ensign Ewart finds himself up into fourth place. How this race has turned. Shiren then goes up into fifth, Joker sixth, and is he struggling with tyre wear? Is it the tyre wear? We did see around 10 minutes into that first race, yeah, it's definitely tyre wear. He's got no grip, has he? He's got no grip. He's skating on those mediums, and I think the hard tyre is the tyre to be on at the moment. Homesick Alien down to 8th because I think he was trying to redress with Skyjacker, whom has gone into the pits. So that's really put Homesick at a disadvantage to redress. Talleyrand though leads the way, and he's hitting it hard, and he's hitting it with a vengeance. In the chat, Bandit saying let's go Jokus. Sorry man, he was doing really well as well, but I think his tyres have gone. I think that's Jokus' issue. He's gone through past the pits though. He's not pitting on those tyres. Homesick Alien has gone in. Maybe that's his way of redressing. I'm not sure. Half a tank of fuel with 20 minutes to go. 10 minutes, no, is it? Yeah, that'll be enough fuel. Yeah, that'll be enough fuel. If they top up in the pit stop, I'm pretty sure that'll get them to the end of the race. And maybe, but medium tyres, I'm not sure is the choice to get you to the end of the race. Guesty in second, he's on those hards. He's only 3 seconds behind Talleyrand. Talleyrand did a 2:30.546. His car is getting lighter, but he's still got some life in those mediums. A 2:30.8, so it's not far different with Guesty's times. Binko at 2:32, losing more ground to the guys ahead of him. Ensign Ewart under pressure from Shiren. Shiren's got that inside line, and Shiren putting himself up into fourth place. It looked like he was out of this race, and he is back in it. I said it was a long race, and Ensign Ewart very racy behind him, looking to gain some ground. Joker's then staying out on those medium tyres. They don't look too worn, so maybe it was just he had a shaky lap, but he went wide a couple of times, which made me think his tyres were going. But he's got it under control now. He's just ahead of Koikarp. Then we have Skyjacker, who's pitted, put the medium tyres on, filled up, but it's questionable. Can he get to the end on that combo? And Homesick Alien also going in, putting the mediums on and filling up, and well, kind of redressing with Skyjacker, but it took a while to do it, and a pit stop. But Talleyrand 3.5 seconds ahead of Guesty. And Guesty, he's mashing the lap times. It's not bad. It's not bad because Talleyrand's going to have to go onto the hard tyre. Guesty will go onto the medium if he pits. I think there will be pits, so he'll have to, but he doesn't have to use the medium. He can go for another set of hards if he so wishes to. The mediums do seem, well, Talleyrand's doing all right on them. They're not working for Jokus at the moment. It looks like he slipped down even more. Oh, poor Jokus. Losing more ground to Koikarp. Ensign Ewart trying to stay with the Russian sensation, the Binks. A lovely podium for him, but it could all change. We've got to remember Skyjacker and Homesick Alien are roaming around at the back on a medium set of tyres, going faster lap time wise than these guys, so they're gaining ground. Shiren's gone in. Shiren has taken it in. He's going to get rid of the hards. He's thinking of Skyjacker and Homesick Alien, isn't he? Yeah, I bet they're in his mind. that they're there, and they're doing lap times, so he's got to be careful of them. So Shiren, he's into the pits. Can he get out ahead of Skyjacker? Has Skyjacker done enough? Talleyrand leading the way, 3.7 seconds. Guesty solid behind him. Dropped into the 31s on that lap though. Binko 31s as well. So the medium tyre in Talleyrand's car is still the faster tyre at this point in the race. And we're 13 and a half minutes in. Ensign Ewart doing a solid job again there in fourth. But the jeopardy is all about these pit stops, isn't it? Skyjacker on the start straight. Shiren still stationary. And they've got to go round Lesaur first. And but Shiren still stationary. Skyjacker coming up to the first corner. Homesick-Alien also. Shiren's on the move. Shiren's on the move. He's going to make it behind Skyjacker. Skyjacker's going to have the momentum. And he's through. Skyjacker up ahead of Shiren. And Homesick-Alien sitting there just in 9th place. Touching distance and nearly. And that's a battle there. And that is a warning sign for those guys up ahead. Because Shiren was right in the battle there. Well, Binko Guesty, I imagine, can just about get ahead of Skyjacker. But Skyjacker's tyres are going to be woeful come the end of the race, I believe. And the fuel is going to be tight. Joker's there, still clinging on to those medium tyres. But he's lost a lot of ground. He's lost nearly 10 seconds to Koikart now. Talleyrand 3.2 seconds ahead of Guesty. I don't think Talleyrand's gained enough ground. I think Talleyrand, he's going to have to stay on those mediums for a lot longer and hope Guesty goes on to the mediums and wears them out. Because I think Guesty is in a real strong position here, as I think Binko is. Being on the hard tyre, they'll be going on to the mediums, as if they wish, where Talleyrand has to use a set of hards. And it's, yeah, he's leading the race though, 3.2 seconds. You never know what could happen. Guesty's taking it in. Guesty's taking it in. What will Binko do? Is he going to follow suit? He is. He's going in as well. Ensign Ewart, he stays out. Ensign Ewart fancies another lap on these hard tyres. Koikart also staying out for another lap on the hards. Jokus, surely he wants to get rid of those mediums, but he really doesn't want to put the hards on possibly. And he does. He goes in. He's lost so much time through those tyres. And Talleyrand stays out there, 14 seconds on Ensign Ewart, whom has not pitted. Koikart also, who's 4.5 seconds behind Ensign, also not pitting. And it's Skyjacker, Shiren. Shiren's under pressure from Homesick-Alien. Homesick-Alien all up in Shiren's business. And Shiren, we saw, had remarkable pace in the first race, but it's not coming through so far here. And there we see Skyjacker. Binko's stationary still. Guesty's moving. Guesty's going to get out ahead of those guys. I'm pretty sure he does. And he's got a nice little gap to Skyjacker. And Binko also coming out on track. But Skyjacker, I think, is going to pip him with that earlier pit stop. And Skyjacker now up into 5th place. Binko, though, on a fresh set of mediums, staring down the barrel of that Mazda monster. And you know what Binko can do. Shiren got away from the Alien a little bit. Look at that. They're 7th and 8th. The pit stops did not help them two either. Still more people to pit yet. Ensign, Coy, Guesty's done a blind granny. Got in, come out ahead of Skyjacker. And he's 47 seconds off of the lead. And a pit stop looks to have cost them nearly a minute. It is. It's nearly a minute. 3:22. That was Binko's. 3:24. Shiren's earlier. 3:21. So yeah, I think Guesty's done enough. I think Guesty's done enough to take the lead of this race when Talleyrand pits. We will see, but he's only 46 seconds behind Talleyrand. It takes nearly a minute for a pit stop. And Guesty on those medium tyres. Talleyrand going on to the hards. Talleyrand stays out. Again. In the lead of this race. Ensign Ewart going up to the pit stop entrance. And he decides to carry on. Koikart Koi Karp's chucking it in, and Koi going into the pits. Guesty then will move back up into a podium position. Skyjacker still ahead of the Binks. It's looking tasty though between these two. Homesick Alien falling off the back of Shiren. He was really on the attack of Shiren earlier. Binks now on the attack on Skyjacker. Skyjacker going a little wide, coming off of Blanchemont as they come up to the bus stop chicane. Binks trying to get some traction around the outside with those fresher tyres. Skyjacker matching him all the way around, and they're side by side. Koi Karp is still in the pits, and Skyjacker stays ahead of someone else has pitted, are they, or is it just Koi? It must be. So the Binks couldn't get past Skyjacker then, and Guesty, look at him, he's flying now, isn't he? He's pulled a good gap out between himself, Skyjacker, and the Binks. The Binks, he's got a bit more pace in the car, but he can't use it because he's got Skyjacker, the big lump, in his way. And now Shiren has come right to the back of him. And now we've got a three-way battle here, boys and girls, for fourth place. Cracking stuff. Why are we looking at him when these two are side by side? And Binko trying to get the move done up the inside. Skyjacker staying there for the inside of this one. Skyjacker, oh, Binko's there though. Binko's got the inside, and now Binko up into fourth. Skyjacker slips down into fifth as Shiren tries to sneak one past Skyjacker, and he does. No, he doesn't. Skyjacker's gone for a late lunge down the inside, and he makes it pay. And yes, Skyjacker claims that position back. Binko has to lift heavily, and Shiren now is firing all on Binks and Skyjacker. Wow. Brake late much? Woof. Skyjacker really left that one till the last second to get onto those brakes. I can't believe he got his car stopped. I think he had to near enough stop it, which meant Binko had to lift, and that gave Shiren a run on Binks. But the Binks kept hold of it. Talleyrand's going in. Talleyrand is going in. Ensign Hewitt's going to have to come in as well. This is a fuel thing. A fuel thing, not a... So yeah, Talleyrand's pit stop will be short because he will only have to put half a tank of fuel in, remember, where the other guys put in a lot more fuel. So 44 seconds behind Talleyrand. Talleyrand might just get out ahead of Guesty. Skyjacker, Binko, Shiren all in this lovely little battle here. Remember, Shiren is the championship leader. He won the first race, did he? I think he did. No, Binks won it. Shiren just had a cracking race, didn't he? Skyjacker going for that late break again. Skyjacker loves a late break, and he's looking like he's got it done. Oh, hang on. I'm losing them. Skyjacker getting that late break done on Binks, and Talleyrand does come out in the lead ahead of Guesty, but Guesty's got a tail full of thunder, and he's on the move real quick. And Talleyrand is chasing him down. So Talleyrand leading the way with Guesty in second. I thought Guesty had the momentum to catch him up. He got the fastest lap, that last lap around. He really is closing up to Talleyrand. It's quite a battle. Oh my God. Homesick Alien. Binko's dropped down to 6th place. My word, he's dropped down a lot as well. Shiren slipping back to the Alien. I don't know what's happened, but obviously we've missed some sort of kerfuffle because Binko has lost a chunk of time. The Alien is all over the back of Shiren, and Skyjacker is happily in 3rd place with those older tyres. Talleyrand still leads, but he's got the racing hard tyre on. Guesty's on the mediums, and Skyjacker 10 seconds behind with 7 minutes to go. Is the pace difference between the mediums and the hards that big that Skyjacker might be able to catch up Talleyrand if Guesty even gets by? I've already got Guesty past him and Skyjacker coming towards him, but at the moment he's making that Mazda as wide as possible. But those tyres must feel awful in the corners. It must be sliding around underneath him, and it's got to be a battle to just keep that car facing the right way. Guesty all up in his busyness. He really is looking for a way by. and Talleyrand just making it just awkward enough to stop the Guesty from getting that spot. Already, I think Skyjack has pulled in nearly a second or half a second on the two ahead of him. Shiren there, championship leader, looming large, with Homesick Alien in fifth. Binko slipping off of that battle, and Ensign Ewart 7th, Koikap 8th, and Jokus is in 9th. And here we go, Guesty's through, late on the brakes into the chicane. Talleyrand's going to try and come back around the outside, and the Guesty has it in the bag. Superb stuff there, superb racing from these guys. Skyjacker trying to close the gap on Talleyrand now. Guesty's going to try and run and hide and get this win under his belt. And Guesty only took part last week. He missed the first 2 rounds. Trying to break the toe is Guesty from Talleyrand as they come around towards Eau Rouge. And Talleyrand sitting in that toe. He wants it. He wants it back on them hard tyres. And he's got a good run out of Radion all around Kemmel Straight, not Blanchemont, sorry. I think I called it Blanchemont earlier, but it's Kemmel Straight. Up to Le Combs, and Talleyrand with the toe gets himself ahead of Guesty. Guesty with the grip though, gets by. Beautiful, absolutely delicious. Cracking racing, guys. That's delicious. That is an absolute banoffee pie, that. Beautiful. Skyjacker. Not too much pressure from Shiren, but I feel it's coming. Homesick Alien doesn't have to worry too much about the Binks. I wonder what happened there then, eh? Ensign Ewart 3 seconds off of Binko, with Koikart 2.5 seconds off of Ensign Ewart, and Jokus 14 seconds off of those guys. And Guesty now trying to pull away from Talleyrand, and the next big question will be, can Skyjacker? No, he can't, because his tyres are starting to go away from him. Shiren's closing the gap, and maybe Shiren might be able to catch up Talleyrand. They've only got about 2 laps to do it in though, and I don't think it's going to be possible. 9.8 seconds. He's made the gap bigger as Skyjacker gets into that battle with Shiren. They needed to work together. He needed to be toe buddies to catch up with Talleyrand. But no, they're racing each other, and that's going to help the Alien out, if anything. Shiren, the championship leader, going for that inside line. He's got fresher tyres than Skyjacker. Remember, Skyjacker stopped ridiculously early. I say ridiculously early, but he stopped within the first 10 minutes of this 30-minute race and put those medium tyres on. He is asking for the medium tyres to run some miracles in this last 4 laps. He's looked after them pretty well though, but Shiren with those newer medium tyres on is absolutely going for it. A late break up the inside. He's gone for the move. Skyjacker just does not have the grip to defend that one, and Shiren is up and into 3rd place. Skyjacker 4th, and he's going to have to worry about Homesick Alien, and Binko closing in on the Alien as well. And let's have a look. Talleyrand 1.6 seconds behind Guesty, but I think he's pretty safe from Shiren. Oh no, we're going to do 2 more laps, so this lap and the next lap. I thought there'd be only 2 more laps in this race, but it'll be this lap and the next lap. We've got 3 minutes on the clock, and they'll easily make it round again. Guesty then, what a drive from the Guesty. I mean, he did get pretty lucky with the fallout in front of him, but still a great drive, great strategy. Brought him out straight on top of Talleyrand. Talleyrand on those harder tyres could not defend, but I guess Talleyrand is keeping track of Guesty, hoping Guesty's tyres fall off a cliff. But we know Talleyrand took those medium tyres 20 minutes into the race, so he knows though Guesty can get those tyres to the end, no problem. Shiren, he'll be wanting to try and get an absolute blinding run on to see if he can catch up with Talleyrand, but I just don't think he's going to have enough time. 10 minutes is too much of a deficit. And Homesick Alien, he'll be wanting that 4th place, I imagine, from Skyjacker. Skyjacker's 2nd in the championship. He lost big in the feature, in the sprint race, but this one's not too bad. He's only just behind Shiren, so it's not too harsh for him, but he wants to stay ahead of the Alien, who is only 2 points behind him in the table at the moment, and he finished a few places ahead. So at the moment, Homesick Alien is probably ahead of Skyjacker in the table. So Skyjacker will definitely be wanting to keep the Alien behind him, and Skyjacker, the worst case scenario has revealed itself. His fuel has started flashing, and that is the last thing he needed right now. I don't know how long the fuel will last around here, but Guesty comes around, complete lap 11, and go on to start his final lap in the lead of this race. 2.2 seconds ahead of Talleyrand. Talleyrand just under 10 seconds ahead of Shiren. Shiren has not cut that time down enough, and oh, he's got his hazards on. So does that mean he's going to go into the pits? Oh no, I don't know. That was weird. He keeps putting his hazard lights on. Oh, is that because he's lifting? He's lifting, coasting. So Homesick Alien comes through, because I think now Talleyrand has to fuel save this final lap. And he's going to lose that position to Binks as well. And this is not what Skyjacker needed, but it was a risky strategy going out there, stopping as early as he did. And he's got Ensign at 4 seconds behind him. What a shame. So Guesty 1.8 seconds ahead of Talleyrand. Talleyrand, he's pulled a little bit back on the on Gusty come the end of this race. And Talleyrand, he's going for a final effort on this final lap, but Guesty, I think he's got him seen off. Shiren looking good for a podium position. Homesick Alien has to fend off Binko for the remainder of this lap, and Binko up for it, winner of race 1, the sprint race. He's up for that 4th place, but Homesick Alien defending. But Homesick Alien's fuel is flashing as well. Homesick Alien was one of those early pit stoppers with Skyjacker and the Binks. Plenty of fuel. Right then, how we doing? Guesty, he's not there yet. This is a battle, and I want to look at the rest of the field, but this battle here is quite juicy. Binks going for a high line on Homesick Alien, pulling it to under. Homesick Alien defending the inside of the corner, and Homesick Alien, but Homesick Alien is really low on fuel, and I just don't know if he's got enough in the tank to defend this. And the Binks, all down Blanchimont, can full throttle it, where I don't know if Homesick Alien's got the fuel to full throttle that one. And it looks like the Binks, they're side by side. Guesty's coming up to the final corner. He comes out of the bus stop chicane, and it's Guesty for the win. Super drive from Guesty, great drive. Talleyrand, a brilliant drive for 2nd place. Shiren comes home in 3rd spot. Binko's just moved up to 4th. And Shiren, what's he doing? He's waiting for someone. I don't know what. And Binks and Homesick coming across the line. And Homesick Alien just stays ahead of Binks. Shiren then crosses the line for 5th. Ensign Hewitt in 6th. Skyjacker's fuel did run out there, and he come home in 7th. Koikart brings it home in 8th spot. I don't know why Shiren had to pull over. And then Jokus grabs himself a 9th place there. I'm not quite sure what happened there with Shiren. He obviously feels he had to redress something with someone. And there goes Jokus for 9th spot. He started so well, Jokus, as well. It's such a shame how his race ended up. But it's Guesty was the man of the hour. And everyone's got a story to tell in that race. There he is, Guesty. Got a little cup and a reef to celebrate with. And I think Guesty got a win last night in our new league, our new Vidget League, the Vision GT League. So Guesty and Homesick, I think, both got wins. I'm not 100% on that. We'll just go and watch the other stream, you'll find out. So the results then. Guesty took the win from Talleyrand. Talleyrand tried, though, put those medium tyres on, managed to get himself in the front, just what he needed to do. And unfortunately, Guesty managed to match his speed or not lose too much time on him. So when Talleyrand had to revert to the hard tyres, Guesty was way too close with those medium tyres that he had on to take the fight to Talleyrand, but Talleyrand, great effort there, it nearly paid off. Homesick Alien came home in third after Skyjacker ran out of fuel, but Shiren pulling over on the line. It was all very bizarre stuff, but Homesick Alien in the end got the podium with the Binks. I don't even remember Shiren racing with Homesick or Binks to redress with either of them. I really don't. Maybe he thought it was with Skyjacker, but Skyjacker had ran out of fuel. I'm not sure. But Homesick Alien anyway. Take a boo, my son. If I didn't say it when you crossed the lines, everything was all hectic. But he got himself a great podium. So, yeah, that's going to change the championship up a lot. And Skyjacker again losing points to the Alien, who he's only 2 points ahead of anyway. Oh, poor Skyjacker. Not one to remember for him. Binko came home in fourth. He was ahead of them guys. I don't know. We missed it, but he dropped off a little bit. But he came back strong at the end, having a beautiful battle with Homesick Alien for that podium position. Shiren, solid podium. Don't know what happened. Pulled over just before the line. Obviously redressing with someone, but we're unaware of what that was. Ensign Newark got 6th place. Great drive. Skyjacker, unfortunately, his fuel tank just wasn't big enough for his strategy. And he's going to have to go back to the drawing board on that one, have a word with his mechanics and say, what was you thinking? You know how big my petrol tank is, don't you? Why did you call me in so early? But Skyjacker 7th, Koikarp 8th, and Jokers come home in 9th. Poor Jokers. Oh, it was looking so good for him. And then I reckon it was his tyres. Lost his tyres. But it was so good. Good start for Jokers. That's stuff to build on, man. That's stuff to think about. Guesty then, he got the fastest lap on lap 8 with a 2:29.912. And that, my friends, was the MaX5. Next Friday, join us again for a little action at Suzuka. That's going to be glorious. That's going to be absolutely delicious. Oh my word, Anton Poika's PS5's just dying every 5 minutes. That should still be under warranty, my friend. You want to take that back? In the chat, Skyjacker saying, oh man. And Ensign Newark saying, enjoyed tonight. Many thanks, everyone. Great comms thingy. Have a great weekend all. Yeah, thanks, Ensign. You're a star. You had a great race. I enjoyed it very much. So then, on Sunday, don't forget to come and join us. We only had 4 people racing last week, so we had more people watching than racing. So don't come and watch, come and race. For the Sunday sprint, it might be too late now to join, but the Sunday sprint madness will be happening Sunday evening at the earlier time of 7:20. That's when they qualify, so I've got to be on streaming for at least 7:10. It's like the middle of the afternoon. And they are going to be racing Suzuka, so well worth a tune for that. Then Tuesday evening, the Super GT Monster continues on to Suzuka. What is going on? You guys are taking the mick. You say it's by accident, but there's no way we can have 3 Big Willies, Willow Springs or whatever, two Spas, and now we're going to have like 3 Suzukas on Tuesday, on Sunday, Tuesday. Oh, please tell me, please say that the VGTs on Thursday are racing Suzuka, because that would be glorious. I was going to look at Sunday Sprint. Yeah, Sunday Sprint, they're at Japan. Now we're at Interlagos for the VGTs on Thursday night. Friday night, we're probably at Suzuka. We are. And that's us up to a week. Don't forget, you can check out everything VRC at www.virtualracersclub.co.uk. And somewhere amongst all of that loveliness is a way to get to join our community at Discord. And yeah, it's great. Skyjacker says, is all by accident, bud, always is. And Koi is saying, Suzuka. Yeah, that's what I mean. I started with that. It was Suzuka SSM. Then Tuesday, Suzuka, and then Friday Suzuka. We've got 3 Suzukas in a week, like we've just had Big Willow 3 times in a week. It's crazy. Ensign Hewitt saying buy a mug. Yeah, go on, Shrill. Let's flog some merch. We got mugs, we got hoodies, we got everything. They make you 20% more handsome. They make your drinks taste 30% better, and they give you at least half a second a lap in speed. So please buy our stuff. It's good. It is good. I've got loads of mugs. I keep winning them though. But yeah, they're really cracking. I like them. Right then, that's everything. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Mike Rochburns. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. As always, it's been a pleasure to have you, and I hope you enjoyed our little races. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Oh, and Skyjack says, and to 20 brake horsepower. See, yeah, it adds 20 brake horsepower. Right then, thank you guys for joining us. It's always a pleasure. I was Mike Rochburns, and we were the Virtual Racers Club. Peace and love. Peace and love.